Hi, Melissa here from TV POV. This is my first edition of Where Have You Been All My Life? By this point, I'm hoping you've watched Jens, which was on The Shield, which is one of my all-time favorite series. As I teased in the episode last week, I watched Gossip Girl over the summer. Words I never thought would ever come out of my mouth, but it was recommended by enough people that I know who I respect their opinions on television, so I said there must be something to it, and also it was an attempt to recapture some of the summer fun from my youth. I remember, especially in high school, that I watch a soap opera religiously all summer long. Actually, even from about the time I was maybe 12 or 13. So I thought Gossip Girl would fit the bill perfectly, and did it ever. Between June and August, I watched the entire 6 seasons. And it started off just kind of fun, but it really got interesting. And what I thought was most remarkable about it was the characters that I loved at the beginning versus the characters that I loved at the end. At the beginning, I was all over Dan Humphrey. I thought he was just the most compelling character. He was the type of guy I would have been into in high school and probably even in college. Kind of the brooding artist, writer, slightly tortured, doesn't really fit in anywhere, and then suddenly gets thrust into this power group. So going in, it was all about Dan, and I also really liked Serena, which was kind of crazy considering I'd seen so much hate for Serena over the years. Blair grew on me eventually. She still wasn't one of my favorites, but she ended up being a really fun character by the end, and had some really good dramatic moments too. But the real turnaround for me, and I'm still shocked that it turned out this way for me, the first few episodes, I hated Chuck Bass. He was a horrible person, a slightly intriguing character, but he was a bit too over-the-top mustache twirly at the beginning. By the end, he was my favorite. I loved when they brought in, the parents and the backstory and the intrigue and sabotage and him trying to stand on his own. I mean, his little self-destructive streak was also fun, but it ended up being one of those series that by the end, I felt like these characters were old acquaintances of mine, and I was taking a glimpse into their lives. It was fun. I mean, by no means do I hang out on the Upper East Side or have friends that are, likely to be in the society pages, but they made them somewhat human, if not in over-the-top situations. So by the end of it all, I really, really enjoyed this series. It was a blast, and the characters were interesting. The revelation of Gossip Girl got ruined for me about partway through season 3. My own fault via Twitter. But it still, the way it all played out, I kind of get why it ended up being that person. And I'm not going to say who it is because I'm assuming there are some people out there who still haven't watched it. But it kind of, even though I knew it was coming, it was still kind of surprising. And the person who I really wanted it to be, it didn't end up being. That would have been a lot of fun. I really thought Dorota was pretty awesome. Blair's housekeeper, maid, personal assistant, nanny, lackey, you name it, she did it for Blair. She was a really, really fun character and kind of acted as, the Jiminy Cricket sometimes to Blair and to a lot of the other characters. The adults were also pretty interesting. And the casting of the parents were really, really cool. So overall, Gossip Girl was a very satisfying watch. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out on Netflix. It definitely fulfilled that soap opera quotient and that melodrama that my summer was in need of. So check it out. Let me know what you thought of it. And if you have any series that you think we haven't watched yet and should cover, let us know in the comments. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next episode of TV POV. Bye.